Hi everyone, I am Dr. Zainab Bora and I have with me rank 1 of INI-CET November 25, Dr. Sairam. Many congratulations. Must be an amazing feeling being rank 1.
Great. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be, talking to you finally. And rank one is a crazy feeling. I mean, it's hard to put into words, but
Yeah.
yeah, it feels great.
So tell me, what does it take to get a rank 1?
I mean, you put it into words best, ma'am. But I mean, the key is consistency. It is discipline, and I mean, it's really a culmination of everything from MBBS, your internship, and then your preparation. I feel like all of that comes together to give you a good rank.
Yeah, let's start from the first bit. How was your MBBS like, and what do you think? What were the things that you did right in MBBS that you would want to tell your juniors?
Yes, ma'am. So I studied in Jipmer, Pondicherry. I'm from the batch of 2019. So I do believe my college is very strict when it came to academics. So the pressure was on us to, be thorough with our textbooks. And, it wasn't a fun feeling, but I mean, it did pay off in the end. But I would say one thing that really changed things for me would be during the pandemic, which I mean, the thing is, I had so much time to read my textbooks since I was stuck at home with not
Yeah.
much to do. So I would say my basic subjects from first and second year were really, really good. And I think that translated into a good rank in INI, which really focuses on these pre and paraclinical subjects.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say being having good textbook knowledge really does help, and or clinicals, attending clinicals, picking up on those small points which you find only in clinicals but not in books, and of course our internship is really hectic. It's full of work, but so much practical knowledge that I think really does give you confidence when it comes to the exam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderfully put, and it's those instincts that we keep talking about when you are attempting any exam, particularly INI. They have this knack of extracting instincts out of students, that do not really know. How do I know this? But all right, I'm getting a feeling. Let's go with that. So it's two things. It's, having that instinct, and second is backing that instinct. If you can do two things, it's not something that you've read in the last 1 week that's going to come into play. It's each and every small thing, something that
Yeah,
you've experienced,
absolutely.
you've
Yes,
seen.
ma'am.
It converts into unexplainable instinct, and you know the answer. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
what
Yeah,
it
that's
can.
exactly how I felt. Yeah, the instinct is basically based on your memory and all your experiences. So, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So if you have to name like two non-negotiable textbooks that everybody should read, what would those two books be?
Uh, that's tough to put in, but I would say Robbins. And definitely, I mean, people follow different books for different
Yeah,
subjects, obviously.
yeah.
For me, Microbiology by Apurva Sastry, which was my our professor at Jipmer, right? I feel like these two books were written so well and so easy to read. So, yeah, I'd say those are non-negotiable.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree on Robbins for sure. That's one book I still tell students that whatever doubt you have, go back to it and read the pathophysiology. Because if your second year is strong, I believe, you are set up for a good rank already. So
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
the game changer year, not the final year, but it's second.
Yeah,
So
absolutely, ma'am.
amazing.
And since I didn't read all the textbooks, but watching your compiled modules, yeah, so that was really nice to see how you summarized everything. Even books that are difficult to read, like Parks, I could finish that in 3 hours. So it
Yeah,
was like a cheat code. Yeah.
I do like going back to books. Anytime I have a doubt, I go back to the source and I extract it. Yeah, that's just
Yes,
the
ma'am. I mean,
nerd.
reading those books in MBBS is tough, but once you're done with it, you can go back and appreciate the beauty of these textbooks.
True, true. I think MCQs give you that insight, of what is that line written for. When you do it in the form of question, you actually understand it better. That's what I
Yes,
have.
ma'am. That's
So
so true. Yeah.
yeah. So take me through when you really started to, think of entrances. If you did at any point, that
Yeah.
order to prepare for a NEET, I have to prepare for INI. So when is it that you really started, and what source did you pick up, and how did you, assimilate?
Yes, ma'am. So I mean, I would say I'm a late bloomer of sorts because I mean, I look at all these topper interviews and they started from final year or before that, but I started after internship,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so because my internship was pretty much hectic, I didn't really have the time to start.
Yeah.
So my zeroth attempt during internship, I got like 2.8K rank with minimal preparation. So after my internship was done, once I'd come home, I, sat down. I decided these are going to be my sources, and this is what I'm going to read. And what's surprising is I did not know about BTR after my internship. So for some reason, I've never heard of this term. I only knew about it when my friend introduced it to me. He was following BTR, and
Mhm.
he told me there's this program in Chennai. Mom's going to be there for 4 days. She's going to cover BTR, and
Yeah.
he invited me. I'm like, all right, sure, let's give it a shot. And that was my first, tryst with you and your course. And I loved it so much. I loved, especially your mnemonics and the way you teach. It resonates with me so much because that's exactly how I set my own mnemonics. So I'm like, okay, this is the perfect source for me to prepare from.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
essentially, I believe your conceptual clarity was already there. With those 4 days, you kind of got the syllabus together. You got to know, that all right, these are the facts which we need to do, and then you found a way to remember those.
Yes, ma'am.
Amazing. How
That's
were those 4 days? Was it a little overwhelming seeing other people around you kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
BTR?
So I think there was like 1,500 people in that auditorium, and I was really, I mean, it was scary. I mean, seeing all these people, you don't really know what the competition's like unless you see all these faces.
Yeah.
And I thought the doing 9 hours a day for 4 days. I mean, it's obviously tiring for you, but as students, I thought it'd be tired. I
Yeah.
thought it'd be tough because I'd never done BTR before.
Hmm.
But I do love listening to classes, so I found it pretty easy actually to sit through those 9 hours and do BTR with you. That was an amazing feeling.
Interesting, so you did not do BTR, you came for 4 days and you got introduced to it. So
That's right.
how was your NEET and MAI attempt like?
Yeah. So after that, I hadn't done the online BTR yet, and I gave my MAI and I got 698,
Hmm.
and that wasn't enough for me to get the branch that I wanted.
Hmm.
And NEET went actually really bad. Actually, compared to the standards I set for myself, my NEET rank was 3.7K.
Hmm.
Right. And after NEET was when I actually started BTR, the TND courses. Because my friend who had done BTR, only BTR and PYQs, his rank was 22 in NEET. And that's when I knew that, just BTR can really get you this far. And that was the one thing I was missing in my preparation.
Amazing.
So that was when I started the BTR course. Well,
Amazing. So you were saying you used the test and discussion.
yeah.
Did you go through the videos as well? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through every test and discussion, every video. For some of them I was there live, and some of them I watched recorded. I did every video. Yeah.
Amazing. So if you have to now, look back at your May INI and NEET attempt and versus this attempt, what do you think really changed?
I mean, it is BTR. I don't looking
No,
back. I
no,
mean,
and you don't have
yeah.
to say that, but in your own self, what do you think was the difference?
Yes, I know. I mean, I don't feel compelled to say it is not BTR because I know that the one major change I made was obviously BTR. But apart from that, I mean, after NEET went bad, I was pretty disappointed with myself. I decided I needed to show up every day, be more consistent. I started tracking my study hours,
Yeah.
and I really set a routine for myself. I established discipline. As a chronic procrastinator, that doesn't come naturally. It requires a lot of effort. But yeah, I definitely put in the hours. So something did change after
Yeah.
NEET. That's
Okay.
well.
So
Yeah.
let's go back to your 9th of November. You're sitting in front of your computer screen 30 minutes prior. Tell me what is going through your mind.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously there was a lot of nervousness because this is my third attempt, and I really needed to crack it this time. I set pressure upon myself, but I did watch your mega INI BTR the 2 days before. I watched your Ashirwad class, and I just kept that in mind. And I have a knack for changing answers quite a bit and getting them wrong. So I remembered that if I have to change an answer, I have to convince you that I have to change this answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was thinking about that, but I also had a little confidence in myself. I had a gut feeling, yeah, that this is going to be my exam. I'm going to do well. So I did a little deep breathing and calmed myself before starting the test.
Yeah.
And once I did 10-15 questions, I'm like, okay, this is going great. Let's see
Yeah.
where this goes.
Amazing. So when you exited the hall, did you ever guess it would be rank one?
No way, ma'am. I mean, I did feel more confident than May coming out of the hall, but never rank one. And after watching your recall, I was looking at around 160 corrects. I'm like, okay, this is standard, but maybe
Yeah.
top 100, but not rank one.
Wonderful. Amazing, So you've done a good MBBS, solid foundation, good internship. All of that matters, in the end. And then you
Yes,
brought it
ma'am.
together, and hopefully, BTR played a role in that. And I think BTR, more than giving you content, gave you a structure, and that's what was needed to bring, everything in one place in your head, and that's what was needed. But the groundwork you'd already done by then.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Yeah. So, I
amazing.
mean, I love that BTR had this schedule. So, because I wasn't setting any schedules for myself. So, I could say that I had to finish this subject before this date. I have to give the TND with the completed portion. So that, also pushed me to study better. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm so pleasantly surprised, I never thought rank one is using BTR. So to be very honest, so I'm very pleasantly surprised, and that counts as a vote of confidence for me, and
Absolutely, ma'am.
so
Yeah.
much. Yeah. So what branches are you considering now?
Right now, looking at general medicine. I mean, it was always a dream for me to go back to Jipmer and do medicine. But
Yes.
now with rank one, I do need to consider all options:
Oh
AIMS
yeah.
Delhi, yeah,
Absolutely.
and PGI. So yes,
Absolutely,
ma'am.
you should,
Yeah.
and I would love to meet you in Delhi if you decide to take up AIMS Delhi. We would love to meet you, and
It
we
would
would,
be an honor. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, in Vidya Jeevan as well, talk to our students and help them, because I think
Absolutely.
rank one it's an honor, but it's also a responsibility. That's
It
what you
is.
will realize once all of this calms down, that it's a responsibility, and you should take it forward.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So people don't. There is a rank one every 6 months. Yes, that your JRs will help you remember as soon as you enter residency. They'll tell you that we are also toppers before you. So your rank one will stay with you for the next 2 months, but now it's on you to take it forward and guide your juniors and help them out, and uh, tell them what you learned along the way.
Yes, ma'am. There's this quote by I think Newton, or maybe before that, but it says, "We stand on the shoulders of giants." So, we also have a legacy to pass on, and we also learn from the ones before us. So it is a responsibility.
Absolutely, and you are such a great speaker. That you should bring out more content. In any form. So do continue doing this,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
hopefully we'll meet you soon in person.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. You are such an inspiration. Thank you for everything, ma'am. I'm
Thank
very thankful to the BTR course.
thank you so much. Means a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.